Hey, peace and blessings, my babies. How are y'all? Blessed and highly favored. And if you're not, you about to be received. Y'all gonna hear a whole lot in the background because it's currently 4:37 in Houston, Texas. And it's summer. Oh, on a Sunday? Outside, everybody. They mamas too, you know. But we're gonna start it off like this. Good afternoon, God. 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 Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, lords, and the orishas that guard and protect me. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I come before you all very humbly, more importantly, gratefully, thanking you for allowing me to see another sunrise and another sunset. Um, I ask spirit to be able to tap into the divine, to be able to see the divine, to smell the divine, to hear the divine, to taste the divine, to see the divine, and ultimately to know the divine. I do pray that these messages come through clearly, concisely, and directly, that they be filled with love, light, peace, pure intentions, and more importantly, the what spirit, the what, the motherfucking me, true. Okay? Anywhere that my energy is not required, I ask that you remove my bias from these readings. That's Jamaica. And just allow me to be a vessel for the message, not the message itself. Anywhere that my energy is required, I pray that you direct it accordingly. And that's on Amen. Alright. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We actually already did us the throw and go, but I'm going to just give y'all what it say over here on my end for it. Give you cards too. My great grandmother's name was Ida. So I always say this is my great grandmother card. Because it is. Same as Ida, y'all saw it. Yes, sir. She was trying to hit him with the wood, trying to catch him. She was trying to put it in his food, trying to trap him. And last but motherfucking not least, what to say? I can say this, that love does conquer all, but it has to be love, not lust, not likelihood, because you can like somebody just because they're your getaway, they're your escape, they are your safe haven in what seems to be a chaotic force in their life, or at least they believe it to be so, you know. And what love will do is it will be able to separate, distinguish accordingly. Because love doesn't question and doesn't have all of these barriers and constraints to it. We put that on love. Like, it don't be that difficult. We just be making shit so hard. It's more than necessary. We make things for ourselves hard, things for other people hard, just hard. Love is an anomaly. Love is a lot of things, but ultimately it's necessary. Okay, so all the cards that I just showed really is talking about the power of love, and sometimes the power is too much love, right? Because I'm very much getting Fatal Attraction. If you don't know what Fatal Attraction is, that is a movie that had, it wasn't Susan Sarandon, it was Michael something and another well-known actress, right? And it was about, arguably about the 80s this movie was made. And it was about a man who ended up having an affair with someone that he worked with, and she was batshit crazy because she fell in love with him, or she became obsessed with him, and then she because she couldn't have him, tried to ruin his life, the whole nine, right? And I'm also getting Fatal Attraction by Kevin Gates. If you don't know that song, you really need to go listen to that song, tap in, tune in, and see what he was talking about. This love war is a very murky battlefield. What is the best thing that I can put it into words, because see, it's a lot of illusions, it's a lot of illusory hallucinations. People are just taking drugs and, having willy-nilly bang bang shitty with each other and shit, and be trying to figure out why they auras all unclean, and why your chakra's not aligned, and why you can't taste shit the same, and why shit don't feel the same, and why just even sensory things. If you're not somebody who's of the metaphysical, right? You're someone who's more of a practical individual. Even the sensory things, like your taste is different. The way that you smell and the way that you breathe in has a opposite effect. Shit like that. And y'all really need to stop doing drugs and having sex with random ass people. That's a warning within itself. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but that's something that you really need to cut the fuck out, because it's detrimental to your health. Fuck your reputation. Your reputation too, because you out here casting yourself off as like the neighborhood hoe or something like that, and that ain't never a good position to be in, baby, because once you're a hoe to a man, you're gonna always be a hoe to him. And to women too, if they're masculine presenting women. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. We ain't about to even get into all that today. The topic was about love, fatal attraction, and understanding how to love somebody without bounds. Like, I don't have to own you to know that I love you and you love me back. It doesn't have to be that. You ain't got to keep me in the house. Gotta lock a bitch up in the corner. I'm talking about. Don't go nowhere. Bitch, wait. I don't know what y'all about to do. Don't go. You said don't go nowhere. That's what I heard. Because what I heard was don't go nowhere. Like, what? I was laughing at shit, but I'm dead ass serious. If I got myself caught up in no situation like that, I'm really confused the whole conversation after anything that you say after that don't even make sense, because you said don't go nowhere. So that was a challenge in my mind. I didn't see that as, you really standing on that, being like, oh, because the fact if you trying to block me from going, I'm going to tear this bitch up. See, come back, Raven, because we know, hey, I'm different. So y'all gotta excuse me. I come from a very different, very, very different family. I'm unlearning those things, okay? So let's get back to the message at hand. Don't be in no love war with nobody, and don't be a pawn in someone else's chess game, trying to get to their big queen. Yeah, real life her. Yeah. But don't find yourself in that position. It's never the position that you want to be in, because it may seem like you have the upper hand in the moment. Because usually, let me tell you what happens in these love wars. Somebody will be in love already with another person. It's already established, that's solidified, that's secure, that's locked in, that's double Dutch tape together and shit, super glued and all. And then someone else comes along and they want that same thing from that person, right? So they intertwine their ways. Very serpent-like, which is why I carry my serpent on me, because you know what a serpent gonna do. They gonna snake you, right? So, anyways, they find themselves intertwining and then ultimately breaking apart, because once that separation happens, they have the opportunity to come and plant seeds and run amok and do all types of fuckery that they wouldn't normally have if that person was still attached. But to the person that they should be attached to, the person they was originally in love with, let's keep that in mind, right? So now you got them as you asked for. You got what you was seeking, and it ain't what you expected, huh? Because let me tell you something. All skin folk and kinfolk, what I get is not what you shall have. Like, understand favor. Understand how to have favor, how to be graceful with other people having favor, what seems like above you. because you believe in your mind that you're better than them because of whatever. We all have these distinctions, these things that tell us like, hey, I do this better than you, so therefore I am better than you or whatever. But you see somebody having more favor than you that you don't believe should have favor at all. Let's keep it a whole buck and a bean. And it's some sit very deep within you that inspires envy. So now this envy has you going out on missions like, oh, I'm a fuck her nigga. You know, all types of goofy shit. Like, I can't tell you the type of women that I've talked to, and they really believe that that's something that's okay for them to do because they feel like it's sowing their womanly oats as a woman. Like, we all have a rite of passage, but a rite of passage doesn't have to involve you placing yourself in situations where your morale is now low. Like, your standards have been lower. Like, now whatever you built for yourself is in question because you put yourself in a position where people now look at you differently. If they had respect for you at one point in time, they no longer do. Serpent. All right, so let's get back to the story at hand. The serpent comes in and they get what they want, but it ain't what they expected. Like it always is, because my favor's not your favor. That's Jamaica. That is Jamaica. That's Jamaica. And what I get is not what you shall have. I'm gonna say that again because I don't know, somebody in the back needs to hear that. So no, if let's put it into position, right? If I'm the person that is, yeah, you be easy. If I'm the person that is, say for instance, the first love or whatever, I was placed in the forefront, and then the serpent came in and did what they did. This is just hypothetical because I ain't in no situation like this. Thank God, oh Jesus mercy. Whew. But I'm the first love because I'm gonna put myself in first always. I don't give a fuck what nobody else got going on with themselves. I'm first love. And the serpent comes in and do what they do. Now I am in a position where I'm not going to question my worth. I know my worth. I have to remove myself from this because this is beyond something I was trying to get into. This was something that I ain't had no business being a part of in the first motherfucking place. Y'all already had whatever y'all had, or you didn't have what you had, and then it came together and you had what you had. However it worked out, it wasn't my business. But here I am in the middle of some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me. But now that you done included me in it and it's fucked up, now I gotta come in and I gotta rectify. That's hypothetically. Yeah. I just feel bad for the serpent, right? Because the serpent really believed themselves so